Hello and welcome, Cancer signs, to your messages. So keep in mind these are collective in general. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't, never give your power away to reading or an outcome. Remember, you're conscious creator and you shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. So let's get into this, Cancer signs. So it's really interesting, like the vibe that you're giving off is like unbothered. The universe will take care of it. Right? That is the sort of energy that is coming through here. You kind of have an all-knowing energy that's coming through. We start out with the 10 of Cups. So this is about your complete fulfillment, your higher timeline. Okay, this is feeling joy. This is feeling love and fulfillment. This is spending time with family and just really soaking in the moment and feeling like everything is perfect, aligned. This is like heaven on earth energy with the 10 of Cups. So this could be in your relationship, this could be with your family, with dreams coming true, with even the frequencies that you're channeling in, like you're channeling in a lot of what you wish for, you desire, you're aligning with, this higher timeline energy. Some of you, you might be becoming grandparents or grandparents again, there might be additions to your family. Some of you, it could be that you're starting a family, right? Or, it's something that you're focused on, but it's like whatever you're creating, you're really happy about it. We have the King of Wands. You're taking that aligned action, you're feeling very passionate, you're feeling motivated and inspired. This could also be someone connected with you as well. We have the 8 of Wands. There's that energy. Some of you might have someone traveling to you. Okay, it could be a family member or a partner that's traveling to you with that 8 of Wands energy, or there's just a lot of passion that you're receiving. And we have the 8 of Cups, so there's expansion and releasing what doesn't serve you. It's like, that's why you're kind of unbothered. You're like, what is meant to be here will be here. What is meant to leave will leave. Like, that's the sort of energy. It's like the energies that are exiting, you're happy that they are, right? But you could, again, get some sort of phone call. Someone could be traveling in. It could even be quite sudden that someone reaches out to you and they want to, travel toward you here, reconnect with you. They feel magnetized to you, right? Some of you, that might be somebody that you want to see. Some of you might be somebody that you don't. So obviously be discerning here. Now, when we get into the love and relationship messages for you Cancer signs, we have the 5 of Wands. So there's a lot of competition here, it feels like, for your time and your energy. And look at the Page of Swords, and you're just kind of like observing. Okay? It's like you are in like this queen energy where you're observing like these other energies kind of like running the gauntlet is what it shows, like, having to kind of prove themselves. And you're just kind of like observing them with the Page of Swords. Then we have the Tower. Again, unbothered. You feel like your frequency, your connection with the divine is so powerful that like those with the masks, they won't be able to approach you, right? Of course, still be discerning, but there's that sense of like the Tower, you're confident what you've created and what you've built. And those who are deceptive, you feel like will answer for that. And you don't have to lift a finger. That's what's coming through here. Then we have the 7 of Cups, more mask energy. So people could be wearing masks around you, or there could be very, many energies around you. And you're just sitting back and observing, and you're learning. And you're allowing people to reveal themselves. You're allowing your guides, your ancestors, the divine, whoever it is that you connect with, to reveal who's wearing a mask, to reveal their true intentions, right? You might be also, again, very intuitive, and maybe you can see people that have attachments, or, you can see their energy. And if you're dating, I would say that's probably a very interesting experience, because you're sitting there dating and like you can see, what's in that person's field, or if they have attachments, right? I'm getting like mediumship energy coming through here. You're very intuitive here. But you can see through people, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And it's just by your power of observation and your intuitive gifts and abilities and trusting in those. Now, if you're with someone, it feels like they're going to be receiving some sort of download here, where they're going to have to take a look in the mirror and look at the masks that they're wearing and look at their integrity. That's another message that's coming through with that 7 of Cups in the Tower. They could even be having some sort of like midlife crisis, where they're like, who am I? Like they could have that sort of energy coming through here. And I feel like there's a divine mirror being held up to this person to recognize their intentions and to understand kind of more about the energy that they're bringing forward, right? Or how their energy influences you if you're in, you know, a connection here. You could also have your person coming to you asking about some sort of guidance with conflict, perhaps within their career. That's another message that's coming through. But your energy just keeps elevating. And if someone was trying to hide something from you, like in your romantic relationship, I feel like that would be revealed, or you can see through them. Like you can see through those masks. But more so about their own personal journey, it's like they're looking in the mirror, or they're going to be having an experience where they're seeing a mirrored image of themselves and their own intentions. And it feels like a wake-up call. It feels like a download. It feels like definitely an awakening about their own integrity, about their own intentions, about their own desires, and about who they truly are, right? Who are they beneath the mask? Are they being authentic? Are they being, you know, honest with you? Are they being who they truly are? And this person may have, you know, maybe somebody's a people pleaser. So they've been wearing all those different masks to people please, right? In order to be loved and accepted and not abandoned. It's deep. This is deep. But you're unbothered. You're just like, may the cards fall where they fall. Like you are unbothered for sure. Now, when it gets into your family energy, we have the Queen of Swords. So you are being viewed as that wise feminine energy who's had experiences, who can speak her truth, who knows her truth, who will set boundaries, right? And kind of say it how she sees it, and how you see it with the High Priestess is pretty accurate. With that High Priestess energy, you know, you have those intuitive gifts and abilities, that ability to access that higher level knowledge and wisdom, right? You're giving witchy vibes as well, magical vibes. And then you have the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. You might even have some opportunities to shine in your spiritual gifts and abilities within your family, right? Or at least if it's not just even opportunities to shine, but be recognized for the High Priestess energy that you are, for the wisdom that you have integrated, for the experiences that you went through in order to have that wisdom, to have more appreciation. You definitely deserve it here in your family, Cancer signs. That's something that's coming through here. Now with the Two of Pentacles, I don't know why I'm seeing it this way, but yeah, you could have a family member come to you asking about, you know, some sort of opportunity. Maybe they're between two different opportunities and asking you what, you know, kind of your guidance is on that with the Two of Pentacles. But I also received something really direct about like hormonal imbalances, or something you have to balance out within your body, and that being very important. I'm not a doctor or a medical medium, but that was just a message that came through there. So you might even be like going through some sort of changes where you are having to kind of ride the waves, right? But what I love about this energy is you have the Queen of Swords, who's very logical. She can come off as cold, but she has high standards. She has boundaries. She speaks her truth. She's in her integrity. She's firm but fair. And then you have the High Priestess energy, which is that more so intuitive energy. So you have the logical with the intuitive. So you have a beautiful balance here in how you make decisions, how you give guidance and advice, and how you navigate your life. And with that Six of Wands, that's having that positive recognition. You know, that's the soldier coming back from battle victorious. It also can represent the ego, but I feel like Cancer signs, like it's time that you did have your ego a little bit inflated, right? Not in a negative way, but like receive more appreciation and be recognized for your skills, gifts, and talents, and just even your presence and how that shifts things in a room, right? And it feels like however you're guiding people, it's in the right way with this success card with the Six of Wands. But you're feeling more recognized, or again, you're helping people make decisions that are really aligned here. So that's really beautiful, Cancer signs, okay? So yeah, there is definitely that sense of you kind of sitting back and letting karma play out, letting, you may have felt like before in the past you kind of had to control situations, but you're trusting and allowing people to kind of walk their own paths. And you're integrating more of your wisdom, and you're being recognized for the powerful, loving, wise, magical being that you are. Whereas maybe in your family you're not, because sometimes families don't see that, right? But it feels like that's shifting and changing for you here. And seeing is believing. So it's like the guidance or however you assisted this family member and the way that it worked out is kind of blowing their mind, right? High Priestess energy could also be, you could be a tarot reader. You don't have to be, but you could be a channel or a tarot reader. You have that intuitive connection that a lot of people don't have, right? You can reach higher than most, and that's what's coming through here. But you may even be offered some sort of opportunity, to, highlight your skills, your gifts, and your talents, and be recognized for who you are as a soul, not just the roles that you played in your experience. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at your overall theme. We have the message of inspiration. You're definitely inspiring those around you, maybe triggering some of them, but that's all by design too, right? So with inspiration, be open to divine inspiration. You inspire others. Immense creativity, motivation, and energy are expanding in your life. Your soul wants you to know life without the fire of new ideas is dull and separates you from all that's sacred. Creativity and inspiration are, in fact, receptivity, being open to the Creator, even if the motivation that occurs seems unusual or strange. Welcome new ideas and fresh ways of viewing the world. Open yourself to the deep flowing wellspring of visions, ideas, and intuition that dwell within you. Through the morning mists of the golden light of sunset, the wind in the trees, the gentle thoughts at the edge of your mind, let the Creator's wonderful ideas stimulate, enliven, enrich, and revitalize you. The affirmation is, I am receiving divine inspiration right now. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Cancer signs. That was beautiful. That was wholesome. That was also kind of like relaxing because you're just kind of sitting back and observing and, sharing what you feel is important for you to share, but it doesn't feels like it's a nice kind of flowy energy for you in your water sign energy. So thank you so much for joining me. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.